Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jai Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayanti Nashtagrahesha Padreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhagavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 23. Life's ultimate goal, love of Godhead. Text 111. So Mahaprabhu is explaining these last verses of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, about what kind of devotee, what kind of person is dear to Krishna. Sama shatro cha mitre cha tatha mana apamanayo shitoshna sukh dukkheshu sama sanga vivarjita tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthirmatir bhakti man me priyo nara. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who's always free from attachment to material things and always grave and satisfied in all circumstances, who doesn't care for any residence and who is always fixed in devotion service. Such a person is very dear to me. Ye tu dharmamritam idam yathoktam parupasate shraddha shaddhana mat parama bhaktaste ativ me priyaha. Devotees who follow these imperishable religious principles of Krishna consciousness with great faith and devotion, fully accepting me as the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Chirani kim pathina shanti dishanti bhiksham nevangri papara brita sharito api ashusyam rudha guha kim ajito avati nopasannam kasmad bhajanti kavyo dhan durmadandhan. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the unconquerable Supreme Personality of Godhead not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then should learned persons like devotees go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? Wow, heavy. This is from Bhagavatam. In this verse, Shukdev Goswami advises Maharaj Parikshit that a devotee should be independent in all circumstances. The body can be maintained with no problem if one follows the instructions given in this verse. To maintain the body, we require shelter, food, water, and clothing. And all these necessities can be obtained without approaching puffed up rich men. One can collect old garments that have been thrown out. One can eat fruits offered by the trees. One can drink water from the rivers. And one can live within the caves of mountains. By nature's arrangement, shelter, clothing, and food are supplied to the devotees who is completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a devotee does not need a puffed up materialistic person to maintain him. In other words, devotional service can be discharged in any condition. And for bodily maintenance, Krishna will provide, and he does provide. Only thing is, when we don't have faith, or if we have some excuses, we go to this materialistically puffed up rich man and say things, do things which don't, where we have to compromise our devotional principles. Nothing wrong with the rich man, but when we approach them in a wrong way. Wrong way means we just want money and don't want to give the advice. The job of a sadhu or responsibility of a sadhu is to give devotion service, to engage people in devotion service. And devotional service is different from pious activity. Pious activity is when we engage somebody, okay, give me donation and do something good. No, engage in devotion service. Just like uh, Amrish Prabhu, who was Alfred Ford. He is the great grandson of Henry Ford, the owner, the starter and owner of Ford Motor Company. So when he met Srila Prabhupada first in Detroit, Detroit is where all the big threes are there, Ford, Chrysler, and uh, General Motors, GM. So somehow he came to know about Prabhupada and he came to see Prabhupada. And Prabhupada knew he was the great grandson of Henry Ford, very rich person, a very big personality, very influential. When he came to see Prabhupada, first question Srila Prabhupada asked him. Prabhupada respected him. It's not like he was disrespecting him. But first question he asked him, so where is Henry Ford now? Can we imagine somebody asking Alfred Ford this question? Where is Henry Ford now? He was completely taken back. I don't know, he died. Prabhupada said, he died, but where is the soul? Nobody knows. So why waste time? Why waste your life? And that was a moment. Alfred Ford, now Amrish Prabhu doing wonderful service for ISKCON. He was just completely sold out to Srila Prabhupada. So this is what sadhu is. Similarly, although Prabhupada took care in the sense that he was really dealt with him nicely, George Harrison, Beatles singer. But it wasn't like he was flattering him or that, something like that. No. And George Harrison did so much for his country. So that should be the mood. Not that we approach any materialistically rich man for our maintenance. Krishna will provide for our maintenance. We should approach everybody, each and everybody, for preaching, to be able to help them transform their hearts. That's all. This is the version of Srimad Bhagavatam. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy the self. This verse explains that devotional service cannot be checked by any material condition. तबे सनातन सब सिद्धांत कुछ हीला भागवत सिद्धांत गूढ़ सकली कहीला. Thereafter, Sanatana Goswami inquired from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about all the conclusive statements concerning devotional service, and the Lord very vividly explained all the confidential meanings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hari Vanshe Kahiyache Goloke Nitya Sthiti Indra Ase Karila Jabe Shri Krishna Rastuti. In the revealed scripture Harivansha, there is a description of Golok Vrindavan, the planet where Lord Shri Krishna eternally resides. This information was given by King Indra when he surrendered to Krishna and offered prayers after Krishna had raised Govardhan Hill. In the Vedic scripture Harivansha, Vishnu Parva, chapter 19, there is a following description of Golok Vrindavan. When the king of heaven, Indra, surrendered to Krishna after Krishna had raised Govardhan hill, Lord Indra stated that above the planetary systems wherein human beings reside is the sky, where birds fly. Above the sky is the sun and its orbit. This is the entrance to the heavenly planets. Above the heavenly planets are other planets, up to Brahmaloka, where those advancing in spiritual knowledge reside. The planets up to Brahmaloka are part of the material world, Devi Dham. Because the material world is under the control of Devi Durga, it is called Devi Dham. Above Devi Dham is a place where Lord Shiva and his wife Uma reside. Those brightened by spiritual knowledge and liberated from material contamination reside in that Shivaloka. Beyond that planetary system is the spiritual world, where there are planets called Vaikuntha Lokas. Golok Vrindavan is situated above all the Vaikuntha Lokas. Golok Vrindavan is a kingdom of Srimati Radharani and the parents of Krishna, Maharaj Nanda and Mother Yashoda. In this way, there are various planetary systems and they are all creations of the Supreme Lord. As stated in Brahma Samhita, below the planet named Golok Vrindavan are the planets known as Devidham, Maheshtham and Haridham. These are opulent in different ways. They are managed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the original Lord. I offer my obeisances unto him. Thus, Golok Vrindavan Dham is situated above the Vaikuntha planets. The spiritual sky containing all the Vaikuntha planets is very small compared to Golok Vrindavan Dham. The space occupied by Golok Vrindavan Dham is called Maha Akash, or the greatest sky of all. We asked Lord Brahma about your eternal planet, but he could not understand it. Those fruitive actors who have controlled their senses and mind with pious activities can be elevated to the heavenly planets. Pure devotees who are always engaged in Lord Narayan's service are promoted to the Vaikuntha Lokas. However, my Lord Krishna, your Golok Vrindavan Dham is very difficult to attain. Yet both you and the Supreme Planetary System have descended here upon this earth. Unfortunately, I have disturbed you by my misdeeds, and that was due to my foolishness. I am therefore trying to satisfy you by my prayers. So, some description of Golok Dham is there, and it is given in Hari Vansha. Shri Nilakantha confirms the existence of Golok Vrindavan Dham by quoting the Rig Samhita. We wish to go to your Radha and Krishna's beautiful houses, about which cows with large, excellent horns are wandering. Yet distinctly shining on this earth is that supreme abode of yours, that showers great joy on all, O Urugai, Krishna, who is much praised. Text 117. Madhya Lila are Krishna Antaradhana, Keshavatar Arayat Viruddha Vyakhyan, Mahishi Harana Adi, Sab Maya Maya, Vyakhya Shikhaila Yaiche, Susiddhanta Hai. Illusory stories opposed to the conclusions of Krishna consciousness concern the destruction of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna's disappearance, the story that Krishna and Balram arise from black hair and a white hair of Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and the story about the kidnapping of the queens. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Sanatana Goswami in the proper conclusion of these stories. So there are controversies about all these stories. Mahaprabhu explained everything to Sanatana Goswami. Due to envy, many asuras describe Krishna to be like a black crow or incarnation of a hare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami how to counteract all these asuric explanations of Krishna. The word Kak means crow and Kesha means hair. Asuras describe Krishna as incarnation of a crow, an incarnation of a Shudra, a blackish tribe, and an incarnation of a hare, not knowing that the word Kesh means Ka Isha, and that Ka means Lord Brahma and Isha means Lord. Thus, the word Kesh indicates that Krishna is the Lord of Lord Brahma. The people just don't know. Some of Lord Krishna's pastimes are mentioned in Mahabharata as Madhya Lila. These include the stories of the destruction of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna's appearance, his being pierced by a hunter's arrow, the story of Krishna's being an incarnation of a piece of hair, Keshavatara, as well as Mahishi Haran, the kidnapping of Krishna's queens. Actually, these are not factual, but are related to the bewilderment of the Asuras, who want to prove that Krishna is an ordinary human being. And also they want to prove that we all are God. He is God, we are God, we all are God. They are false in the sense that these pastimes are not eternal, nor are they transcendental or spiritual. There are many people who are by nature averse to the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Such people are called asuras. They have mistaken ideas about Krishna. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the asuras are given a chance to forget Krishna more and more, birth after birth. Thus, they make their appearance in a family of asuras and continue this process, being kept in bewilderment about Krishna. Asuras in the dress of sannyasis even explain Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in different ways, according to their own imaginations. Thus, they continue to remain asuras birth after birth. As far as the Kesh avatar, incarnation of a hare, is concerned, it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Vishnu Puran also states, Ujahara Tamana Kesho Sita Krishna Mahabala. Similarly, it is stated in Mahabharata. So thus in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vishnu Puran and Mahabharata, there are references to Krishna and Balram being incarnations of a black hair and a white hair respectively. It is stated that Lord Vishnu snatched two hairs, one white and one black, from his head. These two hairs entered the wombs of Rohini and Devaki, members of the Yadu dynasty. Balram was born from Rohini and Krishna was born of Devaki. Thus Balram appeared from the first hair and Krishna appeared from the second hair. It was also foretold that all the asuras, so enemies of the demigods, would be cut down by Lord Vishnu by his black and white planetary expansions, and that the Supreme Personality of Godhead would appear and perform wonderful activities. In this connection, one should see Laghu Bhagavatamrita. So that was written by Sanatana Goswami. The chapter called Krishna Amrita. Srila Rupa Goswami has refuted this argument about the hare incarnation. And his refutation is supported by Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan's commentaries. This matter is further discussed in Krishna Sandarbha and in the commentary known as Sarva Samvadini by Srila Jiva Goswami. तबे सनातन प्रभु चरण धरिया निवेदन करे दंते तृणगुच्छ लाया. Sanatana Goswami then humbly accepted his position as lower than a piece of straw. And symbolically holding some straw in his mouth, he fell down, clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and submitted the following petition. Neech jati neech sevi mui supamar, supamar. Siddhanta Shikhaila, yahi Brahmara Gocha. Sanatana Goswami said, My dear Lord, I am a very low-born person. Indeed, I am a servant to low-born people. Therefore, I am very, very downtrodden. Nonetheless, you have taught me conclusions unknown even to Lord Brahma. Tumi ye kahilai siddhanta mrita sindhu, aur man chuite nare ihare ekabindu. The conclusions that you have told me are the ocean of the ambrosia of truth. My mind is unable to approach even a drop of that ocean. पंगु न चाहते यदि है तुम्हार मन, वर देह मोर माथे धरी अचरण. If you want to make a lame man like me dance, kindly bestow your transcendental blessings by placing your lotus feet on my head. Mohite shikhalu tore suraka sakal, eto mara vara haite, abe morabal. Now will you please tell me that whatever I have instructed, all the fully manifested, all be fully manifested unto you. By blessing me in this way, you will give me strength to describe all this. तबे महाप्रभु तारे शिर धरि करे वर दिलय सब सुरक तुम्हारे. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then placed his hand on Sanatana Goswami's head and blessed him, saying that all these instructions be manifested to you. Sankshepe kahilu prema prayojana samvad vistari kaha na jaye prabhu prasad. Thus I have briefly described a discussion of the ultimate goal of life, love of Godhead. The mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot be described expansively. Prabhu Rupadeshamrita Shunne Jai Jana Achirat Milay Tare Krishna Premadhan. Whoever hears these instructions given to Sanatana Goswami by the Lord comes very soon to realize love of God, Krishna. Shiru Paragunatha Pade Jara Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 23rd chapter, describing love of God. So we'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll start this chapter 24. It gives 61 explanations of the Atma Ram verse. Very important, very technical, very, very technical. So anyway, we'll start it tomorrow. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Manta.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, this mention of the hair that you said black and white, and is there any mention of this in Mahabharata? Is this Bhagavatam also? I don't remember we have studied anywhere in Bhagavatam like this.
Not in Bhagavatam. Mahabharata, Vishnu Puran, those places. Yeah.
Bhagavatam is so detailed about the Krishna and his Leelas and all that, and how is it that it is not getting a place there in Bhagavatam?
See, Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami had to speak in 7 days. So not much description he could give.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Although Bhagavatam is 18,000 shlokas, but still it's very concise. Like Mahabharata, I believe Mahabharata is like 1 lakh shlokas, if I'm not wrong. It's huge. Mahabharata is huge. So it says Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, 7th. When the world is overburdened by the fighting strength of kings who have no faith in God, the Lord, just to diminish the distress of the world, descends with his plenary portion. The Lord comes in his original form with beautiful black hair. And just to expand his transcendental glories, he acts extraordinarily. No one can properly estimate how great he is. Yes. See, 2:7:26.
Bhagavatam 2:7:26.
Yeah. But it doesn't say comes from black. He comes with beautiful
with
black hair.
black.
Kesha. So that's one of the reasons his name is Kesha. He has beautiful.
I was just reading this 12th canto of Bhagavatam, chapter 2, where this Kalki description is there, na? Age of Kali Yuga.
Mhm.
How vividly he has described that, and who is going to come, how Kalki is going to come, and where he will be born, to whom he will be born,
Yeah.
and then how he will ride this Devadatta horse and all that. And this is going to happen after about 4,27,000 years from now.
Towards the end of Kali Yuga.
And so vividly mentioned, it, so amazing. I was just wonderstruck by, I don't know.
Yeah, but still people say no, Kalki Avatar has already come and he is Kalki. That is.
But they mentioned that, and there are two kings and who are precursor to the Satyuga period. They are still living right now also. They mentioned there in this second
I
chapter.
don't know if they see sages could live up to end of Kali Yuga, and there must be some, but I don't know about any kings. Another 400,000 years to live.
Yeah, 400, 420,000.
427,000.
Then they mentioned the names also of those kings, Maru or somebody else.
But it doesn't say they are living right now. That doesn't
Yeah,
say.
they mentioned it. They are still existing. Because they said that the Kalki had already appeared when the Krishna was here, when he had not even wound up his pastimes. The Kali Yuga was already present, but it was not subdued because of the presence of the personality of Godhead himself and on this earthly planet. So he could not give those effects of Kali Yuga.
Hmm. Chalo, we can stop here. All are safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thanks for talking.